friends, long time no see. This is actually my second attempt to film this video. I just thought I was recording this whole time. I don't know if I actually did press record, but at some point after I showed you my first WiP, the screen just went black and I don't see it on my saved videos. So I don't know if I ever actually pressed record or not. So I'm trying to get back in the swing of things and apparently it's not going well. So this is my 5th FlossTube, I believe. And yeah, I've just been taking a little bit of a summer break, as it were, from filming. I film booktube videos as well, hence my channel name, Rainy Day Reads, because I was originally just a booktuber, and now I have got into all the crafty things. So that is why my channel name says Rainy Day Reads, but it probably should say Rainy Day Reads, Crafts, Does All the Things. Because I feel like I have a lot of stuff going on all the time. So I just kind of needed a little bit of a summer break. So, but we're back now, and I'm going to try to at least film monthly crafty updates to FlossTube. And yeah, today I don't have any finishes, but I have made a lot of progress over the last month in pretty much all of my current WiPs. So I will call this a little bit of a WiP parade today, even though there's probably only about 10 things, if that, between my knitting and my cross stitch. So yeah, not a lot right now, but I'm fairly new to the FlossTube game, so I'm sure I'll get more WiPs as time goes on. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Oh, I also will have some haul at the end, because who doesn't love a good haul? And it's been a month, so I have more things than I might have otherwise. And oh, and I'm filming on it in a new background. I'm filming at my dining room table so that I can have all my projects laid out in front of me. So you'll have to let me know how this is, if you like it, or if you'd rather me go back to my reading chair. So yeah, let's get right into it and see if I can get through a whole video this time. So my first WiP is a knitting WiP, and this is my White Horse Sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and I will probably put a picture up somewhere around here of what it's supposed to look like in the end. And this is how far I've gotten so far. I only have one more sleeve to do. As you can see, since the last time I pulled this out, I have gotten a sleeve done. Yay! So I will only have one more sleeve left to do, and then she is ready to block and hopefully wear. I am going to be submitting this for the fall garment make-along that Natalie from Nitty Natty is hosting. She hosts it from August 15th, I believe, through November 15th, perhaps. So like 3 months long. So and WiPs are welcome, she said. So as long as you knit a significant portion of those WiPs and possibly finish, then, you know, it's good to go and to be submitted for the make-along. So I'll be doing that, and yeah, hopefully it will end up fitting me. I have tried it on multiple times, and it does fit. It's a little bit tight up in the bosom area, but I'm hoping that it'll stretch a little bit more when I give it a second blocking. And then, you know, it would always be nice if I'd lose a little bit of weight, but I mean, let's just be realistic and realize that I like beer and chips too much. So it probably isn't gonna happen. So yeah, if for some reason it ends up like not fitting at all, which I already know is not the case, my mom likes the color green, so she would possibly wear this, although she's really, really picky about fabrics and like seams and things, which this doesn't have seams obviously, but I don't know if she'd like the texture of this up here, but I might have her try it on just to see how it looks on her, because hey, I could always knit myself another one in a bigger size, right? but either way, I can put this on at least, so that's a plus. And I don't remember what the fabric or the the yarn is that I'm using. I do know that it is a cotton acrylic blend, and I will try to find my tags for that and put it in the description below. My second and final knitting WIP is the Alaska hat, and I forget the name of the designer. Ooh, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I will just put up a picture and then I'll put all her information down below. But I am kind of doing this as an impromptu knit along with my friends Becky and Amanda. Becky does not have a channel, but Amanda has a BookTube channel called Her Pacific Northwest Washington Life. She's currently taking a break from that though because she is in school right now. So, but she and Becky and I are all knitting this hat. This is my first attempt at color work ever. So I was really excited to try this. Becky knits like a fiend, and she is awesome at all the crafty things. And so she is kind of like our helper, Amanda and I, for all things color work. So, but this is the progress I have currently, and I'm actually almost done. I only have about 12 more rounds for the color work pattern, the chart, and then I will start the decreases. So, as you can see, my only sadness is that the trees are not coming out as well as I'd like on this, with this background yarn. I was hoping that the background yarn would be a little bit more, like have longer patterns of color, like longer bands of color, so that it would look more like a sunset, like in the, or the Aurora Borealis, like in the original picture. But c'est la vie. I will probably do this hat again, actually, so I can get a different yarn. But I really do like this yarn. This is by Lorna's Laces, which sadly I realized is no longer dyeing anymore. But yeah, it's a very, very nice yarn. And I really, really like the color, the colorway, but it's just that the trees aren't really standing out. But maybe they will after I block it. Maybe once it blooms and does its thing, maybe they will stand out a little bit more. So, but this looks like a really, really long brim ribbing, but it's supposed to be turned up. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And actually, in the viewfinder, I can kind of see more of the tree pattern. But it's still pretty hidden. But oh well. I still like it. And it's giving me a good, I'm learning how to do color work, or stranded color work two-handed, which I've never been able to do continental knitting before, so this has been a really good help for that. So yay. It's a win-win. Even if the pattern doesn't come out as well as I would have hoped it would, I still learned continental knitting, so yay. So those are all of my knitting WIPs. So now let's get into the cross stitch WIPs. I have been working very diligently on, or not very diligently, I should say, on a collab with Stitch It Picasso on Etsy. She offered me a pattern in exchange for me to obviously stitch her design and post the finished product on Instagram. Well, I have been working on it, but I have been working on all the other things I have to do too. So it has been taking me a lot longer. So I've been posting progress pictures until I get to the end of my, to the finished product. So the pattern that she graciously sent me was My Favorite Day is Wines Day, which if you know me, you know is very true. Every day is Wines Day for me. And this is how far I have gotten on it. So I really, really like this font, and it's fun to see the variegated, it's not even variegated floss, it's just DMC floss, but the way she has designed it is like a fade, which is really lovely. So I'm very much enjoying this. It's a very good travel stitch. I take this one with me. I have been taking this with me to work the past week to try to get it done on my breaks and things, so, or get farther in it than I have been. And I'll probably work on it today too, because, you know, I might as well. I'll be kind of relaxing in doing laundry this Sunday, so I'll probably try to bust out another motif of this. So I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just using, I think I'm using 18 count Aida. I actually forget, but it's either 16 or 18 count Aida. So, and it's charted, well, I mean, she kind of gives the measurements for 14 count Aida. So it's definitely going to be smaller than her original design is going to be, but I don't think by much. So yay. Next we have my progress on the temperature tree by the Stitchin' Mommy. And this is where I am so far. I am behind. Each branch represents a month of the year, and then all of the leaves represent that day. And I put this little key on here so that I could tell at a glance, like, you know, oh, these are really high temperatures, these are really low temperatures, that kind of thing. So, but I think, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, I'm only on June. So I'm a couple months behind at this point. So I might try to work on that on Sunday too. We'll see. But I really love the way this is turning out. And as you can tell, I didn't really measure correctly, so I'm right to the edge of my fabric. Oops. But I can probably somehow do something with that. Let's hope. We'll see. And my next WIP is my Heaven and Earth Designs, my first ever Heaven and Earth Designs, and that is the Mini Night Cafe by, oh, I forget the designer's name, but of course I will put that up there. Or the artist's name, because they take artists and work with them to reproduce their artwork. So, yeah, that was, you know what a hate is. So anyway, this is my progress so far. And so not very much, but I have been working on this for a while. Yeah, but I need to get back to this because I'd really like to see more of the design come together. And if you can see this little shadowing over here, this is the other side where I started this and was like just not doing it right. So I just flipped the fabric over and tried again. So it's going much better this time. But I am using 2/1 Ted stitch for this in DMC. My next to last WIP is Walk Fast by Lindy Stitches. And this is, I think I'm going to pull this one out in September for sampler, sampler September. Because this is obviously a sampler, albeit not like one of the old-fashioned samplers, but that is more my speed anyway. So this is how far I've gotten so far. I think, I don't know, I'll have to try to find the picture from the last time I posted. I think I got more of this section done since the last time, and I definitely did that little boat and probably these guys since the last time I posted. So I need to get back to this as well. This is one making me want to do all the things again. Oh, and I haven't been telling you my fabric. This is Picture This Plus 18 count Aida in the color Vellum. And I really like, if you are an Aida stitcher, but you do kind of not like the stiffness of Aida, go for Picture This Plus, because theirs is really floppy and nice. It's almost too floppy for me, but it's not really, but yeah, I really like it. And this, I should say, is 25 count Easy Grid Lugana, I believe. If not, I'll put it below, but I think that's what it is. It's definitely 25 count, but yeah. Now, my last and biggest WIP is Alice and the Flamingos by Mrs. Pagodi Art on Etsy. And this is how far I've gotten on her so far. And I have been really trying to work hard on her. She has been my focus piece for the last few weeks because I have no hope of getting her done by October 1st, which was my original intent, and then I kind of fizzled out and didn't work on her for a while. So there's literally no hope of getting her done by October 1st unless I quit my job, which then would provide me with no house and no finances for actually doing any cross stitch. So need to keep that job. So, but I have been working on this section down here, and my goal is to get at least 2 pages, so like from here down, by the end of the month. We'll see. I might only get this done, but if I do 2 pages of the pattern a month, I could get her done by the end of the year, which is now my new goal, is to have her done by the end of the year. And of course, that doesn't mean that I won't start her companion piece on October 1st, because I will. So, but it'll just mean that this lady will take a little longer to finish than I had originally hoped. But oh well, what are you gonna do? But I'm really liking her progress so far. It's coming along very nicely. And if you know me at all, you know that my favorite bird is the flamingo. So when I saw this pattern, I was like, yes, please. And it's Alice in Wonderland, which is a Victorian work. So I started this on October 1st, 2020. Yeah, 2020. For the reading event called Victober, where we read Victorian novels all month long. So that's why I was kind of hoping to get her done by the start of this Victober, but that is not going to happen. So, but I'm starting a Jane Eyre piece by the same designer on October 1st, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so that is all of my WIPs. Like I said, you know, as far as WIP parades go, that's not a very long one, but I hope you enjoyed seeing them, because I'm pretty sure, I think, that is all of my WIPs currently. So I worked on them all in August, so I'm pretty excited about that. But now let's talk about the haul that I have gotten since the last time I talked to you. Okay, so the first thing that I got is this fabric, and it is also by Picture This Plus. It is Ada in 18 count, and it is in the colorway Earthen. And I will be using this for another Lindy Stitches piece called Beautiful Things. And this is the picture, and it calls for Earthen. I think she calls for the linen option, but I saw that they had 18 count Ada and in that colorway, and it was out of stock for quite a while. So at the beginning of August, it became available, so I snatched it up on 1-2-3 Stitch, and I will be starting this piece on November 15th, because it is a kind of important day in my life, not for necessarily a good reason, but it is something that I kind of want to commemorate, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's just something that I think about every November 15th, and this sentiment kind of goes with the feelings that I had on that day. So I know I'm being very vague, but anyway, this is going to be an anniversary start for me, but it's not for like a fun anniversary. But I think it will make me feel better to start something beautiful like that, so yay. And then I just bought these off of Amazon, and I'm sure you've seen these in different brands and everything going around, you know, the FlossTubes. And I wanted to try these because I also tried the little rolly ones that I do have, but and I didn't really like those as much. They didn't really stay on my fabric well enough when I rolled it up and tried to like clamp it onto my Q-snap or anything like that. It just didn't really ever stay like I wanted it to. So I thought I would try these little magnetic ties, and I like these a lot better. So this is the brand that I got. I just got it off of Amazon, but you can find these brands, or you can find other brands of these. They're all over the place. So, and I have way more of them than I need at the moment. I'm sure I will use more of them in days to come, but right now this is all I need. And then as far as things for my knitting, just the other day I bought, oh, this isn't supposed to be there, but this is the company, You Got a Bag. And I bought this off of Etsy. It is a DPN holder. So whenever you are using those little DPN needles that can come off either end of your stitching or of your knitting, you can clip them into this little bag, and look how cute this is. Yeah, it's pretty. It's got little, and I like beer, so fancy beer. So that's gonna be really nice. And these, I got a long one, even though the DPNs that I currently am using on that sleeve for the White Horse sweater, they are short, but I figure a long one will work, and then I'll have them if I use longer DPNs later. I hate using DPNs. I am not good at it yet. I cannot cast on with DPNs and like make it look, it blows my mind. I can't figure it out. But if I put them on an already started piece with circular needles or something, and I just need them to be, you know, have an easier method, like not doing magic loop with a circular needle, then you know, then I can use them. But to cast on with DPNs is like mind-boggling to me. I cannot figure it out. So, but I'm glad this might help me to like pull out the DPNs a little bit more, because this is super, in my mind, super cute. Then also for knitting, I bought some eucalyptus, which is just a no rinse soap basically for blocking and just washing your hand knits. So I'm going to use this. And also I wanted to know, for those of you who are watching this who are obviously cross stitchers, can you use eucalyptus for your, like, to wash your cross stitch projects when they're done? Like, just if I just use DMC at this point, so I just want to make sure that this isn't going to like make it bleed, because obviously if I spent over a year on Alice, I don't want to put it in water with this stuff and then just have it all bleed, because I will be very sad. So let me know if you've ever used eucalyptus when you wash your cross stitch projects when they're done. So I've never washed a cross stitch project, so I'm a little scared of that, but it can be done, I guess. So give me any of your tips on washing your cross stitch project, because I'm scared of that. And then last but not least, I just yesterday got in a haul from Knit Picks, and that is 3 colors of Knit Picks Stroll Fingering Weight yarn. And I will be using this teal color for a Christmas present, which my friend probably knows who she is if she's watching this, and I know she watches my channel. So hey, look, there's your Christmas present yarn. And then I just picked up a white and a black, because my second thing that I want to cast on for the fallgarmentmal is going to use my fancy Forbidden Fiber Co. Hufflepuff yarn, and I think I will need some extra for certain parts of it, so I just picked up a black because that will go with that yarn. So just picked up a black, and then I have some other Forbidden Fiber Co. yarn that has a white kind of base to it, so I wanted to pick up white to go with that in case I do a similar garment with that. So yeah, Knit Pick Stroll. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm excited to try it. Okay, friends, so that is the end of my first FlossTube video back from my break. So I hope you enjoyed it. I think that I like using this background for my floss tubes. I feel like I was able to get more of my projects into the frame, and it was brighter, and I didn't have to worry so much about where the angles and all the things. So I think I like it, but if you have opinions, let me know. But be nice to me, okay? I just do this for fun, so just be nice. I'm hoping to be back soon with a booktube catch-up video. So if you're one of my booktube friends and you've watched this long, kudos to you, and I will be back with a booktube video soon. But until then, I hope you're having a wonderful summer, friends, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!